I'm Harris, a member here at Pilgrim, United Church of Christ, and you are at the series called Poverty in Durham, a Faith Perspective. And I want to thank you for, and congratulate you for being here tonight because of the weather and the other distractions in town. Namely, we know of one, there's a Duke basketball game on. And I shouldn't have mentioned that. Some of you may get up and leave right now. In any event, so in a brief introduction for tonight's program, tonight we are focusing on programs that go beyond charity. And by that I mean programs that address the root causes of charity or help people lift themselves out of poverty. And so this is an exciting program, I think, that we put together. And I want to briefly introduce each of the people who will be presenting so that later on we'll just invite them to come up at their time. And each has been given approximately 30 minutes to present, which will include questions and answers. So our first speaker tonight will be Tasha Melvin, who is the director of, tell me again.
Circles of Support Coordinator.
Circles of Support Coordinator. And she's going to be presenting on Circles of Support, right? Our second presentation tonight will be by David Reese, who's the Executive Director of the East Durham Children's Initiative. David, raise your hand. He's back in the back. And then the third presentation will be by Ernest and Cameron Smith, who are facilitators and congregational coaches for asset-based community development, which is a mouthful, but we'll find out what that is later on. So I would now like to turn the program over to Tasha for her presentation. Yes.
Can you all hear me? I probably will not use the microphone unless you have trouble hearing me.
Yeah, you want to do. Do you want to hold it, or do you?
Maybe do that.
Will
it reach here?
Yeah, we can make it reach there. I knew that was going to happen.
Thank you all so much for this opportunity to speak with you about Circles of Support. I'm always honored to get before anyone to share information about this wonderful program, a program that started in 2010 to help formerly homeless households who are making an important transition. That's the transition out of homelessness. And we are trying to reach as many people as we can to help them make a smoother transition. And I'll just share some information about how our community can partner together to help them. I want to just share with you a quick video, brief video, detailing a match that started when the program first started. So Donna embodies what this program is about. She is the type of household that we are here to serve. She had no support leaving the shelter, no one that she could call on if she was met with times of trouble again. But what she had was drive and determination to make a better life for herself. And she knew that she needed support to help her get past homelessness, to make a better life for herself. And it doesn't take an army. It does not take 1 million people. In her case, it took 4 people to help her make that transition. And that's why Margaret Mead's quote is so powerful for what we're doing. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. And that's what we're asking for, a small group, 4, no more than 10, to rally around a household, to lift a hand up, to give them that hand that they may not get elsewhere. That's what this program is about. This is a program where we are trying to help end homelessness for every family that we serve. We're doing it by partnering them with a group of people who are committed, who are dedicated, who are caring, who want to assist them, guide them, support them, cheer with them when they have successes, and be there for them when they have some setbacks. That's what this program is about. We don't want our families to ever experience homelessness ever again. We have two main goals. The first goal is to help our households to sustain their housing. This is such a time, such a transition, a difficult transition for some when they are leaving a homeless shelter and moving into permanent housing. And many of them, most that come through our program, have no support to help them. And that many of them, almost all of them, meet challenges. They have obstacles that they are facing, and if you don't have anyone to help you, you're in jeopardy of losing your housing. That's why this program is so necessary. So our first goal, the most important goal, is to help them sustain their housing. The second goal is to help them improve their quality of life. Many of them are so stuck on their situation today that they don't look to see about tomorrow. They're not focused on tomorrow, and they don't have anyone telling them, why don't we look and see what's better for you? What are the options you have? So we want to give them that opportunity. We want to help them focus on tomorrow, not just today. Yesterday's gone. Let's look at tomorrow. That's what this program is about. Let's help you sustain your housing, and let's let you see what a better life looks like. Circles of Support is a national model. What we're doing is done across the nation, and it's an effective model. It's where we're using people, caring people, dedicated people, committed people to support those in need. This model is used in so many different issue areas: prison reentry, substance abuse recovery, so many different areas. And here we're using it to support formerly homeless households because it's so necessary. It is so needed. Programs like this have helped families to reduce the amount of time that they get support from the welfare system. It has helped families to sustain their housing. A program just like Circles of Support in Asheville have helped families sustain their housing longer. That is a very high percentage, 89%. It's also helped families and individuals to secure employment because of the support of caring and dedicated people, support that may otherwise not have been there for them. This is a proven method. Our own program, we've seen successes. We've helped a mother to go, she was unemployed, as a matter of fact, it's Donna. She was unemployed when she started the program. She was able to get, with the support of her circle, get part-time employment, and then they encouraged her to apply for a full-time position with the university with benefits, and she is still there today. And she's actually won awards since she's been there. We've had 2 circles that have helped the households to obtain reliable transportation so they can get to and from work. We've helped our households sustain their housing. They have challenges. Moving out of a homeless shelter, they're just moving into work and poverty, most of them. They are going to have challenges. They're going to have setbacks. And sometimes they need help with housing stability. They help them to get connected with resources in our community that they weren't aware of. So they were able to sustain their housing. And we've helped one parent, my favorite story, to learn how to use the computer. She was well in her 40s by the time she was matched with a support circle. She had never used a computer, ever. And she quickly realized, because she was unemployed, that most applications must be completed online. Well, that's a challenge. Her circle committed to meeting with her weekly, sometimes twice a week, to help her learn how to use a computer. So they helped her apply for jobs online. They helped her set up an email account. She became so proficient, she set up a secondary account, and now she's emailing all of us all the time. So she loves the computer now. This is what we do. This is why we're here. We're here to help them see that there is a better tomorrow. How our program runs: we form support teams, a group of 4 to 10 individuals from our community to form a support circle, from the faith community, from civic organizations, from any type of organizations, fraternities, sororities, neighborhood associations. We don't care. What we want are people who are dedicated and committed and saying we cannot allow another household to become homeless again. We cannot allow that to happen. It affects all of us. That's what we're doing. The commitment is for 12 months. So they form a team and they make a commitment for 12 months to work with the same household. Every family or every household that we serve is different. The common denominator is that they were all homeless and living at a shelter at some point in time by the time they were matched with the support circle. They are all living in poverty, the households that we're serving. That's the common denominator. Beyond that, every household is different. Some are individuals, others are families with children. Some may be an intact family, mom, dad. Others, it may be a single parent, single dad, single mother. Some may have a criminal past. Some may have a substance abuse history, and some may have a college degree. They are all different. The reality, though, for all of them is that they are in a transitional period, and they are really in need of support because they lack the support. So we're asking the Durham community, anyone who will, to make a commitment, to say, I don't want to allow another day to go on without helping a household in need, without giving a hand to someone, a better tomorrow. So we're asking people to consider mentoring these families, assisting them, guiding them, and supporting them, letting them know what resources are available in our community. They may not be aware of that, and that lack of knowledge may cause them to lose their housing or not be able to apply for a better job. Meet with the household monthly or weekly, whatever it takes to let them know that they are not in this alone, that they have a group of people who are going to meet with them to let them know. The great thing about our program, it's a mentoring program, but it's a group approach. It's a group effort. So you're not doing this by yourself like other programs. You have other people that are just as committed, just as dedicated. And the good thing is you have myself, the coordinator. There's a Circles of Support case manager, as well as an agency case manager. We are all in this together. We know that they need support. It does not end when they leave the shelter. We can't expect that these families have it all figured out when they left the shelter and secured permanent housing. Sometimes that's when the real work begins. And that's when the support is necessary. We help them identify areas that they may not be aware of. Again, a lot of times they're so focused on surviving that they're not looking at tomorrow. We want them to start to consider tomorrow. We want them to set goals that they can feel good about accomplishing. That's what we want for all of the households, because that can prevent them from becoming homeless again. Having something to look forward to, having something to work towards can be the key to preventing them from becoming homeless again. And developing a match covenant with these households. That's kind of like the roadmap for your relationship with the households. It's kind of how you determine how you will support them. Sometimes new relationships are hard to form, so you have a match covenant where they determine what goals. This is a person-centered program. This is about the household. This is not necessarily about us. It's not about the agencies. It's about this family and making a better life for themselves. They know what they want for themselves. So they get to determine what goals they set. And we get to come in and say, here's how I'll support you. I'll walk alongside you and support you in these specific ways. Supporting each other. Again, this is a team effort. We're not in this alone. So communicating with each other, talking to each other. When you learn something, and again in the video I shared how every support circle that has ended their match, they've closed out their match, have shared that they've learned just as much. Sharing what you've learned, the more we learn, the more we can share with others. This is a real problem that affects all of us. So communicating with each other. Keeping staff informed. Again, we're all in this together. So any information I'm privy to, I share with you, the case manager. This is a team approach because the household may not have anyone else to call on. There's also a monthly report that we ask. Our focus is always on the household, so we don't require too much administratively. We want all of the attention and all of the focus to be on the household. And we do provide training for all partners who partner with us because the learning should never stop. There's always an opportunity for us to grow and always an opportunity for us to learn more. And so we're always providing opportunities for you to learn so you can be an effective circle partner to the household that you're working with. To get started, again, we try to make it easy. We want as many households as we can match. Annually, our goal is to always match 10 households. The truth is, we have more families that are in need, more individuals that are in need than 10. But we always want at least 10 active circles. So to get that started, discuss amongst yourselves, your faith community, your civic organizations, any other organization you may be in. Is this a good fit for your ministry? Is this a good fit for your mission, for your program? Something that you all think that you can take on and do. The support is needed. Identify if you can take this on, and if so, contact me, and we'll start the process. And it's a simple process. All we do is ask you to identify a team leader, identify the members, 4 at least, to get you started, no more than 10. Complete a match profile. Let me know what type of household you would like to work with. We start there because we have 4 agencies that we are working with that have families that are moving out, individuals that are moving out that need someone right then. And I start the process when I have someone that's interested, identifying that household. We don't want them to wait too long before the support is there because we don't want to jeopardize their housing stability. We want them to start improving their lives when they leave our shelters. And then we offer a training and the other preliminary stuff. It's a 12-month commitment. That's all we're asking you to give. A 12-month commitment. Sometimes that's as little as 1 hour a month. Sometimes it's more, depending on the challenges. But this is a team effort, and they need someone that they can call on, or someone that can offer them a ride to work, or someone that can provide respite care for that single mother who's doing everything. Going to work, taking care of her children, cooking all of the meals. She never gets a break. So someone in that support circle could say, you know, once a month, I'll come and sit with you. We do conduct background checks on all circle partners, and we ask everyone to complete an application form. And then there's a mandatory training that we offer. It is a 4-hour training, but we break it up because, again, our focus is to get circles as quickly as possible to support the households as soon as we can. So we could break up the session or we can do it all at once to get everyone started. And then identifying the team leader. They just have a little more responsibility. Making the commitment is most important. Making sure you have the time to commit. Someone who is able to motivate the group. One of the things we realized with circles of support is that every household that we work with have challenges. And it takes a little more time sometimes just to help them through those obstacles that they are facing, be it employment, transportation, childcare, medical issues. Every household has something going on. And sometimes the team needs to be motivated. So having someone that's cheering everyone on is a great asset to the group. Someone who is patient and non-judgmental, but most importantly, someone who is committed no matter what. No matter what happens, no matter what's said, they are going to commit 12 months. And they're going to encourage everyone else to do the same. Because they know that without them, that household may not have anyone to rely on. Again, we work with, it's 4 partners: Genesis Home, Durham Interfaith Hospitality Network, Housing for New Hope, and Urban Ministries of Durham. We all have households that we are trying to serve through this program. We all have individuals and families who are leaving our shelters all the time that need support. When a family moves out, for circles of support, we have 3 months to be most effective. And so we're only accepting households who've moved out within the last 3 months. We want to make sure that every household that moves out is paired with a circle, because the support is so imperative to their success and their housing stability. This program is important, and it does not take an army. It does not take $1 million, though that would be nice. It takes people like you and me who will make that commitment. 4 people is all it takes sometimes to help a single mother when she is in the hospital for 3 weeks unexpectedly and loses her employment and almost loses her house, her apartment. 4 people who helped her within 1 month's time to make sure her rent was paid because they made some calls, made sure that her children were able to continue attending school without missing a day, making sure that when she came home and was told she had to stay on bed rest for an additional 2 weeks, that someone was there to help make sure they had dinner. 4 people. It only takes a few people to help a household to identify what resources are available when their car breaks down and they realize you have a new job that you're starting. It only takes one person who knows someone in our community who's a director of a program or a business who's looking for a new hire in a certain position to say, I have someone that you might want to consider. And they pass on her name. One person. As a result of that particular situation, another household, not Donna, was able to secure a government position, full-time with benefits. It only takes a small group to help end homelessness. I think this is a wonderful program. We are making a difference for these families. Thank you so much for your time.